Thanks for tuning in to Kristina's Advice. In this episode, I will be discussing my experience with the Awakening of the Illuminated Heart workshop by Drunvalo Melchizedek, taught by Darlene Waddell. Stay tuned.
Aloha! You've tuned in to the Hawaii Healing Network, and I am your host, Christina Mekdeci.
What was your experience with the Awakening of the Illuminated Heart workshop?
I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I was familiar with much of the stuff that Drunvalo had posted on YouTube. I honestly hadn't read his Flower of Life books 1 and 2, so I felt a little bit, like that first day of school, and of course you're not really sure if you're going to get the information. Darlene, which made it very easy to learn. There was a lot of information. It was very helpful to have the images and the videos that we saw, because for me, when I can see what they're talking about, I can make sense of it. I'm very much a right brain thinker.
How did you bring God energy into this workshop?
The first thing we did at the beginning of the course was we got together and we called upon our angels. Even though I believe in angels, I really didn't anticipate to have one show up. So we stood there in a group. We were all holding hands. We did a guided meditation to pull in our angel, to have that angel with us during the whole 4 days during the workshop. And all I kept hearing was Ariel. It was so loud. I thought, okay, the angel Ariel is going to be with me. I wasn't sure what she represents, but I just accepted it. As the day went on and we learned some information, we did another guided meditation. And in this one, we were going to discover who our guide is. For me, when I saw the feminine guide, she was a beautiful warrior. She was dressed in copper, very strong, very kind. She handed me a crystal spear. And I remember I put it in my hand and there was all this gold glitter around it, as if she had just taken it out of a birthday package. I thought, what am I going to do with this? She said, this crystal spear will help you open your third eye even more. The guided meditation continues. And now the guide on my masculine side shows up. Immediately it's Archangel Michael.
I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose.
And Archangel Michael says, listen, just relax into this. We have things to show you. We want to take you places. You don't have to try so hard. We'll take you to where we need to take you and show you the information you need to know. He placed in my hand a golden pendant. That was the first exercise. When I got home and I looked up the angel Ariel, this angel has to do with psychic abilities and psychic experiences.
Ariel stands for new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation.
During this workshop, my angels kind of had a number on me. I hadn't slept well the night before the workshop. I certainly didn't sleep well the next night. And I felt that they were giving me a little bit of sleep deprivation to really break me down, because I have a pretty strong ego. And as much as I believe in the spiritual realm, and I know that all of these entities and angels, even fairies, I know they're very much real, my ego likes to pretend that it's not. And I can understand this, because when you really wake up and you really start to see what's beyond this illusion, it can be a little bit of a shock at first. You really start to see things for what they truly are.
What was it like to go through the small space in your heart?
What did it feel like to get into the small space of my heart? Well, the first time I was in the small space of the heart, I felt love everywhere and I did see all the cosmos. But I didn't stay very long. I immediately got kicked out. This time, as Darlene guided us back into the small space of the heart, I went through again, and I could stay out in the cosmos. I remember Darlene saying, this is the place where we create. So I took my hands, or my spiritual hands, and I started pulling in stars and stardust, galaxies and Milky Ways, and I started creating what would be, I guess, a diorama. It was a holographic image of what I wanted to see in my future. It was amazing. I was just building this in 3D. It was alive and moving. And as I finished creating my future desires in the small space of my heart, I thought, well, now I want to climb into that place. I seem to remember that I can now live in this scene that I created for myself. I can be the main character. So I saw myself now in the diorama. I saw myself acting out the part of what I wanted here to happen on this earth. It was so real. It felt so good. It felt as if it was happening, truly happening. Honestly, sitting here today, I could care less if it happens or not because I already felt it. And I think that right there is the key to truly manifesting your dreams. If you can go into the heart, create it, feel it, love it, know it's already happened, then every day you feel satisfied because you've already experienced what you wanted to happen, and there's no attachment to it happening or not. It was such a beautiful experience to create in the space of the heart. It was as if the galaxy offered me everything I needed to make whatever reality I wanted to come true here on this earth plane. And it felt wonderful.
Can you describe another one of the guided meditations?
On another one of the meditations where we went into the small space of the heart, I remember once again getting through my heart just even quicker this time and looking out into all the stars. And all the stars in the galaxy were spirits, young children. They were human beings, so to speak. And they were laughing and playing, and shooting stars were zipping by. And I saw a group of star beings, which we all are, star seeds, surrounding the earth. And they were all so happy because the earth finally had more people going toward the light. And they were just cheering because they knew that earth will ascend into the fifth dimension and it will be full of light. Soon as that vision came, I was down on the earth, right by a waterfall. And suddenly a red bird landed on my finger. Now red birds mean that angels are near. And the red bird chirped and made some kind of song to me. I wasn't sure what exactly it was saying, but then it flew off, and then butterflies were around me. Suddenly that scene changes and I see the pyramid in Egypt, and this time it was covered in gold. I watched as the sun rose on one side of the pyramid and then set on the other side of the pyramid. It was just like a time lapse. Now suddenly I'm down by the doorway of the pyramid and I walk in and I am just fascinated. All of the hieroglyphics are actually fully colored. They've used gold paint, they've placed semi-precious gems, rubies, emeralds, sapphires, embedded into the wall. It was beautiful.
What did it feel like to turn on your Merkabah?
Ah, the Merkabah exercise. This was amazing. I now understand why the Indians bobble their heads like this. And I now understand why when I meditate, I would do the Kundalini sway where you kind of sway around like a snake. I really didn't understand why this motion was so prevalent when I was meditating. And I didn't understand why Indians would talk to you and kind of wiggle their head. But now that I've turned on my Merkabah, I understand this is the physical energy and movement that is created in your body when you turn this energy on. I went down into my heart, and then I just started to feel the spinning. And it was spinning but opening. And just like the pictures that you see on the internet where there's this geometric shape with golden light around it and the body in the center, and you've got the triangles facing the opposite direction, one representing male and one representing female. And then you see this beam of light kind of shoot out from the center of this Merkabah shape and shoot infinitely outward into the universe. I could feel this happening. I could see it happening. At one point, I remember my head kind of tilted all the way back, and this beam of light came down from the heavens and hit me in the third eye. It was so amazing. I felt so high. Ever since my Merkabah has been turned on, amazing things have been happening. As long as I stay in the now, let go of any negativity, and just make sure that I'm really working from the heart.
Did you have any shifts or changes in your physical body?
What were some of the physical results from this workshop? Well, I was able to use the bathroom every morning, like clockwork. And my friends who know me know that this is not always the case. This workshop really helped release some energy that was stuck. The other thing was I was congested for the next 3 days. Now, when you have congestion and sinus issues, that means your third eye is clearing. So there was a lot of clearing that happened during this workshop. I had to sleep a lot the next 2 days. What I did notice was everything that we had done in the workshop definitely transferred over.
Would you recommend the Awakening of the Illuminated Heart workshop?
I would absolutely recommend Awakening the Illuminated Heart workshop to anyone who's ready to go deeper. If you're the type of person who knows that your third eye is available for you to use, but perhaps you feel you're not utilizing this amazing part of our body, it was a lot of information in 4 days, but what's good to know is you didn't have to remember any of it. Once you learned how to get into the small space of the heart, once you turned on your Merkabah, then it became natural. It really was remembering what we were able to do.
Do you have any last comments about this workshop?
This is absolutely a great workshop. It does remind you of who you are. It reminds you of how powerful you are. The visions that I saw during this workshop were amazing.
For more information about the upcoming workshops in Awakening the Illuminated Heart, contact Darlene Waddell, dwaddells@hotmail.com. If you like what you saw here today and you'd like to see more videos, please visit us on YouTube and subscribe to the Hawaii Healing Network. Aloha.